Good morning, Panthers. Today's October 25th. In today's show, we will be spotlighting at another new teacher, the Harvest Fair that's coming up soon, and studio guests from the city of Lincoln. And now it is time for GEMS TV.
Good morning, Panthers. Hope everyone is comfy in their pajamas today. Don't forget that Monday Spirit Day is a whiteout.
Last staff spotlight, we met Miss Sunding. This week, we had a chance to catch up with another new teacher, Mr. Ogas. Here is Lucas with more.
We have all noticed a ton of new faces around campus. Now let's highlight the new 7th grade honors ELA teacher.
A lot of things have inspired me to be a teacher. One thing that comes to mind is how I interacted in school and how I wish that there were teachers that I strive to be in school. So I think that really kind of pushes me to be a better teacher, is like my interactions in school, and I want to be the teacher that I wanted. I am an adrenaline junkie, whether I'm hiking 26 miles in a day to rock climbing on the weekends. I tend to do a lot of outdoor activities. I do other things as well. Back in the day, I used to race dirt bikes. I was big in soccer, but currently I mostly hike, backpack, and rock climb. I wasn't originally going to be a teacher. It was through my experiences at a summer camp, I learned that I really like interacting with kids and helping them kind of develop as better people. As soon as I switched my degree in college, my whole life changed. I was a much happier person. My grades were going up. It took 5 years of dedication to really become a teacher. They were very difficult times, but I never regret any of those times. It was awesome.
We heard from a teacher, but now let's get a student's opinion so we can get some more information on him.
Probably the grading scale, just because if he's a rough grader, so if you get a bad grade on something, like an 85, then that's considered an A. I don't know if it's really helpful, but I do think the grading's helpful. I think Mr. Ogas helps me learn English better because he just helps you with your writing, and he also incorporates some fun into it.
We just heard from one student, but maybe another student's opinion is different. Let's get another point of view.
He explains things in a very simple formula, and me a lot by giving me lots of advice and how I should do my work. I think it's a lot more helpful because it's motivating and yeah.
After getting some more information on Mr. Ogas, I hope all of you guys are more informed on our new honors ELA teacher. This is reporter Lucas Prale signing out on GEMS TV with photographer Blake Johnson.
Before we learn a little about the new journalism elective, we wanted to let you know that their school news site is live now. Check out PantherPress916.com to read the latest articles on campus news, sports updates, opinions, reviews, and more. Here's Gabby with an inside look at the class.
This year there's a new elective class called journalism, where they write, edit, and will launch their own school's new website. Their website will cover everything from school and sports news, to entertainment reviews, to opinion articles. Now that we all have questions about the new class, let's talk to Mr. Noonan and some of the journalism editors.
The journalism class is meant to be kind of an extension of the media classes that we already offer, which is broadcasting and yearbook. They are taking on the form of what used to be kind of like a newspaper, right? So they're going to be creating written articles, photography, and we're going to basically have basically a school news site that we should be ready to publish mid-October, late October. Like I said, we're going to launch a website. It's not ready, but the address for the website is pantherpress916.com. And our plan is to kind of just update as news happens. Students are going to be covering everything from campus news to their take on national news to opinions about what's happening. And then even like reviews on local restaurants or new albums that come out or new movies that come out. So they're going to be kind of taking on all that stuff. When I was at Lincoln High School, I taught there for 11 years and I taught journalism for 10 years. And then I came to GEMS and started a broadcasting program, and I kind of left journalism behind. And now that I've been doing this here for a long time, it's just something that I wanted to bring back, and it made a lot of sense to bring it back because it kind of gels with everything else I do. I think it's similar. I think that broadcasting is kind of the video take on news, whereas journalism is the written form, and then obviously your book is more of the photography portion, you know, kind of memory book.
Now that we know Mr. Noon's perspective on journalism, let's see some of the editor's thoughts and opinions on the new class.
My impressions are that I think they're very like a great class, smart. They're very like enthusiastic about the like writing, and I think they're eager to like learn, like investigate like cool things that are happening. My position in the class is editor, and I look over all the like documents, rough drafts, and see if they're ready to be published. I'm excited for getting a good topic and like interviewing all the people for it, and that's it.
I think the class is very fun. I love our teacher, Mr. Noonan. He is very well educated with journalism, and everyone is very nice and very active in the class. An editor in the journalism class, and I am really excited to start writing some opinion articles for the website.
Thanks to everyone, we know more about the class and hopefully more interested to learn more about and read some of the interesting articles and information about the class and their website. This is reporter Gabby Odell with photographer Riley Fechner at GEMS TV.
And now it's time for sports.
The first boys basketball game is at home next Tuesday against Cooley. The 7th grade team tip it off at 4 p.m. while the 8th graders start right after.
There are many programs that the City of Lincoln offers for middle school students. Jerem invited Dan Priest, Director of Recreation, to our studio for an interview.
Good morning, Panthers. We have another in-studio guest with Dan here from the City of Lincoln Rec Department, and yeah. What can you tell us about your role for the City of Lincoln Tech Department?
Well, first off, thank you guys. I am the recreation supervisor for the City of Lincoln. I run all of the youth and adult sports programs. So the youth programs go anywhere from kindergarten all the way up until 8th grade. And then the adult sports programs are obviously for the adults.
All right. What is your favorite part of working in the recreation department?
Really the community, just being around everyone. I love kind of starting a program, getting it off the ground, and then going out there and actually seeing the participants enjoy it and play. I've been really cool to kind of see kids who have started in kindergarten go all the way through our programs, make like through 8th grade, and then watching them at the high school level, and then they come back and work for us. So it's pretty cool to kind of be able to be kind of the first floor of that journey.
If you had to say one grade, what would you say is the most competitive?
Most competitive, I would probably say it's the 7th and 8th grade is usually the most competitive. I think the older you get, the more competitive you get, whereas at the younger grades, they're still kind of learning, so it's kind of like herding cats.
What activities and sports are coming up that middle schoolers could do in high school?
Our biggest one right now is we have basketball coming up, our youth basketball program coming up. Typically, we get around 700 participants in that program. 7th and 8th grade, we're usually at our highest. We're at 8 basketball teams, which would be about 80 kids. Last year, I think we were around 50. So that's the biggest thing coming up is our youth basketball program. But then as we get into the spring, we got youth basketball, flag football, and volleyball.
What plans are there for improving our local parks?
We got a new phase right now at Jimenez Park right now. You guys can see that they've actually put in turf. So those fields should open up soon. That'll be a practice facility for, I think the junior zebras will be over there, but I also think the recreation sports will be over there as well. There's a couple different housing developments going in that will have parks to it. We're currently trying to get a master plan together for the community center park, which is that big open space of land out in front of the community center, to put in a skate park in there, to put in some open fields, playground, basketball courts. So we got a lot of stuff kind of on the table in the works, just in kind of the planning phase right now.
What's one piece of advice you give to someone interested in a career in sports?
Honestly, like, recreation could be a job. Recreation can be a career. When people think of recreation, a lot of times they think like park ranger or like wedding planners is what, when I was kind of going through school, what they constantly brought up. But there's so many pieces of rec. Like what I do is considered recreation. So I get to oversee the youth sports, the adult sports. We have a coordinator in our office who oversees kids camps and after school programs. We have another coordinator in our office who oversees special events put on. So there's a lot, recreation encompasses a lot of things. If you're interested in doing it, what I would say is get involved, volunteer, ask questions. Because I mean, ultimately we get paid to play. We get paid to have fun. You know, our job is a lot of fun. We're around people all the time, and really get a chance to kind of be ourselves and really enjoy what we do.
Thank you for watching. This is reporter Jerem Lordson with GEMS TV.
Fall is here, but what does the weather look like this weekend? Here is our latest weather forecast.
The weather for the week of October 25th through 29th is slightly cloudy throughout the entire week. On Friday, it's cloudy with a high of 78 degrees and a low of 46 degrees. On Saturday, we have 40% chance of rain with a high of 78 degrees and a low of 56 degrees. Now for Sunday, you can expect clouds in the morning and sun in the afternoon with a high of 73 degrees and a low of 45 degrees. For Monday, it's a sunny day with a high of 68 and a low of 45. For Tuesday, it's another sunny day with a high of 68 again and a low of 40 for Tuesday. That's the weather for October 25th through 29th. Back to Riley and Chrissy for more.
Today is our annual Harvest Fair. Deanna had a chance to catch up with leadership about all the planning details.
We are having trunk or treat again at our school this year. Let's go ask Miss Mullen about it.
The school does the Harvest Fair / trunk or treat event because it's something that is new during the fall season and it's something different than a dance. So there's no cost to get in, but if you want to play any of the games at the booth, then you will have to buy a $5 punch card, or you can buy a wristband that's all you can play for $10. And then we will have a snack bar there as well. And we encourage everybody to bring their family and friends. It's open to everybody from GEMS. So this is the third year that we are doing it. It started when Miss Mason was leadership teacher, and then we have just continued the tradition. If you don't have a costume, you can still come and enjoy the festivities. If you want to wear a costume, that is fine as well. So this year, we don't really have any new additions. We're going to do the dancing and the ofrendas from last year, and then all the different booths. There may be some new games at the booths, but they're pretty much the same as before. And it's going to be next Friday, October 25th.
Now that we've heard Miss Mullen's views, let's go ask the leadership students about setting it up.
To set up the event, it probably takes about an hour or two, just so you can get like all the stuff for the leadership students to set up like their tables and stuff like that for the games. The best part of Trunk or Treat is having all the students like show up and have fun and seeing everything that you could do to interact and have fun outside of school. I have helped set up before for the Trunk or Treat because I was in leadership last year.
Probably like an hour, maybe like hour 30. I've never set up for the Trunk or Treat because this is my first year doing leadership. I've set up like a little bit other events though. The best part about Trunk or Treat is probably just hanging out with your friends and just doing like the events and everything.
Yeah, because I really like helping out with events and stuff, and I did last year too. I'll be helping set up my booth, the pumpkin bowling, and just helping around in general. I mean, I did it last year even though I wasn't in leadership, but it was really fun because I was just helping out my friends. So this is technically like my first official year.
I really like to help set up and like make it really fun. This is my second year in leadership, so my second year. I'm doing the candy corn guessing.
Now that we've got some information and opinions about Trunk or Treat, this is reporter Deanna Deal with Gems TV. Happy Halloween, Panthers!
Screen time and phones can definitely have an effect on teens. Here's Chrissy with just my opinion. Have a great day, Panthers!
As we may know, phone devices have been a problem. How come? It affects your physical and mental health. People all over the world spend hours on their phones and do not realize it takes up so much time throughout the day. The phone becomes a distraction for many people, causing them to be less active physically. Kids can show less interest in things they love to do when they are always focused on a screen. Many people have adapted to a fear of not having their phones called nomophobia, which affects 40% of the population. 60% of Americans admit to being addicted to their phone. Cyberbullying happens all over social media. It can lead to you having depression and can change things about you. In some cases, 13.6% of adolescents have made a serious suicide attempt. Approximately 4,500 deaths per year are caused from cyberbullying. Phone isolation can cause you to feel less connected with friends and family. This can hugely impact young people. It can alter the communication skills between others and their way of learning. A study conducted in 2023 showed that 200 11 to 17-year-old participants checked their phones 100 times a day. On average, kids can send up to 67 texts each day. We can prevent phone addiction by setting your phone down, turning your notifications off, and focusing on the world around you. Social media doesn't determine who you are as a person because it can only capture a curated snapshot of your life. The posts, photos, and comments you share online are just fragments of your experiences. Individually, work towards using your phone less so it won't have a big impact on you throughout your life.
The company's like family from the top to the bottom, and you feel that support no matter what part of the company you're in. You feel the support of the whole family.
My dad, he's worked here for 28 years. My brother, he's been working here for 6 years. I graduated high school, waited till I was 18, saw a job opening, applied, and just kind of staying with it. The company's been huge for my whole family and possibly maybe my kids one day.
We're not a company of numbers, we're a company of people. I think it comes from Red Emerson. His greatest asset is the people that work for him. It's more than just working here. You know their families, you know what they do, you know their kids play baseball. It's definitely a family operation.
I went to my younger brother's that also works for Sierra Pacific. I looked on the bar stool and I seen his pay stub. I was like, wow, you're making that kind of money? He goes, yeah. And I said, well, the next time they're hiring, then you let me know. That was 14 years ago, and so that's how I got started.
We treat people like family. They aren't just employees. The strength of the company is the people, number one, and that forest resource, number two.
GEMS TV would like to thank our sponsors. Platinum level sponsors: Siller Construction, Lincoln Junior Zebras, Sierra Pacific. Gold level sponsors: Lincoln Museum, Mi Alegria Mexican Antojitos, Jensen Landscaping, Quality Metal Heating and Air. Silver level sponsors: Far West Rents and Ready Mix, Empire Gymnastics Center. Thank you for watching GEMS TV.